speak to all the people that say, "Oh, you do the podcast?" Say, "Yeah, hello." Hello, guys. How's Mike? I go, "Yeah, he's all right." And they go, "Oh, you're the funny one." And I go, "Yeah." Like, I keep up the podcast. Yeah,
you're the one we come to watch.
Keep up the podcast. I go, "Do you watch?" They go, "No."
Here we go. It's the Pompey Pod with Mike and Dan. If you're new to the Pompey Pod, this is the podcast where we talk about Portsmouth FC. We don't sugarcoat anything, but we don't also bitch for the sake of it. We tell it how it is. We don't wear blue tinted glasses. We like to kind of look at the positives and the negatives. And the positives this week, Dan, is that we have the Peterborough game from the league to review, which we will do very soon. If you want to subscribe, please do on YouTube. Subscribe to us, follow us on Twitter, Pompey Pod, and follow us on Facebook as well if you so wish. We've had some more interactions from Facebook. I shall come to that a little bit later. But let's get straight into it, shall we?
Yes.
Peterborough. So,
are you well?
I'm better. Yes, I'm better. Are you? How are you?
Terrific.
That's fantastic. So, Dan, Peterborough at home. Happy days are here again. Give us your view from the stands.
It was good. Very good. And
was it bouncing?
Well, it was bouncing, yeah. But what have I been asking for the last 3 or 4 months of Pompey football?
Have you been asking for goals?
No, just an exciting game. Just an exciting game. That'll do.
It was an exciting game. It was
that.
Good,
wasn't it? Yeah.
I must admit, there's a few times where I thought if I wasn't, because obviously there's a little bit of tension and obviously a lot of good stuff, but I actually thought if I wasn't a neutral, I would actually really enjoy watching this game, which is rare for a League One game, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry, if I wasn't really neutral. If I was a neutral, I meant.
If you was a neutral, yeah, I knew what you meant.
Yeah. So yes, go on, hit it.
Yeah. So I thought the first 20 minutes were quite concerning. I thought as soon as I realised that they had 3 quick players up top, I thought I said to people I was with, I'm worried about this, and I think that showed in the performance the first 20 minutes, and when they scored, the boos started ringing out, and come on. And I did think this is going to be a long old game, but then we got back into it, and then I think we were fortunate to be not fortunate to be 2-1 up, but I think a half-time draw would have probably been quite fair, but to go in 2-1 ahead certainly gave it a boost. And I thought the second half we were excellent. Thought really good, just dominated the game completely in the second half.
Yes.
Just really good. It was really good performance that second half, especially I thought, and some really good performances.
Some very good performances, I thought, throughout the team, and it was one of those where you could actually have a debate as to who the man of the match was, and actually there's several candidates who were all valid, and I had my view on it, and we'll come to that in a little bit, but and other people had their views, and I could completely see that as well. It wasn't one of those. Yeah. The only one I would disagree with was the actual man of the match on the day was given as Kamara.
I think we all said that as well, and there was an audible "oh, really?"
Really?
Yeah. So
I can only assume the person who gave that just looked at the stats and saw goal and assist.
Yeah. Who does the man of the match? Is it Lally's Pharmacy or is it
Lally's Pharmacy?
No, they do the subs, don't they? Yeah,
they do the subs.
They sort out the subs.
Is it TJ Waste?
Might be, yeah.
Or is it PMC Contractors?
Yeah, it might be.
I'm not sure. Yeah. No, I think it's actually the whoever is the main match sponsor. So obviously it's from the corporate, from the corporate thing. They get to choose it. So I can only assume that they got in there a little bit early, had a little bit too many sherbets. Didn't really watch the game that well, and saw that Kamara scored and assisted.
I didn't really understand that. As I said before, I'm not a huge fan of his, and I don't think he did a huge amount on Saturday to make me change my mind. It's just that lazy lolloping around that just doesn't.
He has a demeanour.
But he got the goal and he got the assist, like you say, and he had another good chance. He didn't play bad, but I don't think he was certainly not man of the match.
No,
that's the minor.
We will come back to who you thought was your man of the match in a mo. But you were saying that you've been calling out for a bit of action. I've been calling out for crosses into the box, and we got some crosses into the box, didn't we? Eh?
Yeah. Well, do you also think that might have been something to do with Swanson playing instead of Rafferty and maybe having a more attacking fullback?
Maybe. What I quite liked is obviously Swanson was pushing on quite a lot, especially in the first half, which I thought was a little dangerous considering they did have 3 quite meaningful attacks down the left in the first 20 minutes. But I think the view was just let's play fire with fire. But what I liked is when he did, Paul actually came across into that. They almost went as back 3, didn't they?
Yeah.
But even then, they threw caution to the wind, and Pack kind of sunk back, and Paul went on a couple of Matt Clark style runs, didn't he? Which I liked a lot, which was very interesting. And but yeah, I don't know. I don't think Swanson had a great game, but I think in the second half, I thought he had a good second.
No,
half.
I don't. Yeah, but yeah,
but yeah, it was interesting. Maybe that was because Rafferty wasn't there.
Yeah, maybe. I just think there just seemed to be more of a positive attitude about them this weekend, rather than the let's just see if we can keep the ball. And the other thing that's just sprung to mind was the Norris played very much like he played against Exeter, sort of every time he had the ball, rather than just going short every time to the centre back, to the fullbacks. He was walloping it up there, League One style, but doing some good passes, picking out some good passes, and just getting us up the pitch. So
I thought some of his passing was actually very good, wasn't it? I thought there was one really good pass in particular. I remember, I think it was in the first half where he pinged like a 60-yarder to Swanson out on the right wing, which kind of pretty much bypassed part of their midfield, which I thought was quite nice.
Yeah, but certainly it must be. It's obviously a tactic because like I said, they did it against Exeter. They didn't do it against Cheltenham. They decided to play out from the back, or Stevenage. So it's obviously something they talk about, because he was literally doing it. Well, not literally, but most of the time he had the ball, he was going long, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So,
I like Norris. I think he's started very well, hasn't he? I think he's been very much bright spot. What I also liked as well, tactically, it seemed as if, again, I suppose it's because we had Swanson bombing down. And although I don't think that combination of White and Swanson is currently there, I think what I quite like is that White tended to tuck in. And it's almost as if you had Sadie and White as just behind Bishop, which was nice because you had players in and around Bishop. And then you had Kamara and Swanson almost as the attacking kind of wing backs, if you like, or wingers. Which again, and Pack tended to drift back and sit into that back 3/4, didn't he? Which kind of seemed to work pretty well. But it was good. 3 points, 3 goals. I was particularly pleased for Bishop because I thought he should have had a couple of, well, certainly at least one penalty beforehand, shouldn't he?
He was getting pulled all over the place, wasn't he?
Absolutely. And I think he made his point. I think he scored, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. But he certainly gives as good as he gets. So we know that that's part of his makeup, isn't it? Trying to win fouls, backing into players. So, but he was being pulled all over the place. And there was a few clear-cut ones that were missed by the referee and the linesman. But but I thought he was excellent again. He's really good again. Just non-stop work. And he looks like he's bulked up as well.
Yeah,
he just seems bigger than last year. I don't know whether it's because I can see him up close rather than watching him on TV, but he looks like he's really
he does look stockier, doesn't he? Yeah, I agree. But 3 well-taken goals. We could quite easily have had a 4th, couldn't we? Obviously the one where it was clipped against the crossbar, came back to Sadie, exchanged a little pass, I think, with Pack. And then that was a great effort. I think if maybe it got a little bit more height on it, the keeper wouldn't have got it. It was good save from the keeper. But could quite easily have been 4 with that. And although clearly Kamara was shooting for Paul's goal, I thought it was quite a nicely worked goal, to be fair.
It was.
Great ball from Morrell. Lovely little cushion from Pack. And good to see Paul following in and getting his very, very deserved goal, in my opinion. Very good. So let's continue with the positives. So, man of the match for you, who would it be? I've got it down to 3.
I think there's a few you could choose, but the 2 that I said, were Sadie. I thought he was just really good, really good. Pompey fans love that sort of performance, that just non-stop running to get back, running to intercept balls, running to knock people off the ball, just non-stop work rate, really good, and just helped out with that Bishop. When Bishop's knocking the ball down, there was someone there for a change, rather than having Morrell and Pack 20 yards back. So he was one, and the other one was actually Morrell before he got sent off.
He was interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I said again to the people I was with that he would have been one of my candidates for man of the match up until the sending off, because he was actually another one that was working really hard,
all over
the shop, doing those little tackles, getting the blocks in, but then of course letting himself down with the silly 2 yellows. And then just before his second yellow, because it was right in front of us, he almost, about a second before, he almost fouled. I think it was the same guy, or it might have been I'm not sure whether it was the same guy or not, but went in for a tackle and pulled away, and everyone went, oh, because you thought, oh, that was his second yellow then.
Yeah.
And we went, oh, he nearly got booked then, and then 3 seconds later did his little trip. It's just like, why'd you do it, mate?
Well, whilst we're on the subject, let's talk about his red, his 2 yellows for the red. We talked about this beforehand. The thing that gets me about it is he's always got a red in him, of course. Did you know that he's now got 4 reds for Portsmouth? Never sent off in club football before joining Portsmouth.
I did know that, because I heard that a couple of days ago.
Yeah, me too. But what annoys me, I don't mind. I understand full-blooded and people like that, and people have discussions saying, well, I'd rather he had that in him than not. And I was like, well, it's not as if he's gone in like the Rafferty one where he got sent off, and whether you think it is or it wasn't, it was a kind of full-blooded tackle. They both went in, 100%. Whereas Morrell's both were in his own half, in the attacking half, so no danger. Both had plenty of cover. And both were just little, the little things you do in the Sunday League where you just go, you fucking prick, what'd you do that for? And you wouldn't get booked for it in Sunday League, but you're a professional. Why? Why does he do it? Why did he do it?
I don't know. And 3-1 up. 3-1 up with
exactly.
And before, and it was before the what minute was it he got sent off? What, 7 minutes? 8. So 5 minutes to go, and then of course that happened. We got to 90 minutes, and then it was suddenly there's 10 minutes of injury time. So or extra time, whatever they call it now.
It made it unnecessarily uncomfortable, didn't it, for the last?
So then you had 15 minutes of 10 v11, and then we were quite comfortable in that game. And I just thought, if we concede a goal here now, we're in trouble. But we didn't, so no harm done in the end. It's just a bit silly that it just blotted.
Just a bit of silliness. But he is now going to miss Derby as well.
Yeah.
Away.
But I know we're going to come to that, but that might not be such a bad thing.
Okay, we will come to that. So you're going Sadie for man of the match then, I guess.
Yeah, I think definitely. I think he was. I don't think anyone had a bad game. I think you could also say Paul. I think quite a few of them. Bishop, Paul.
Yeah.
I think if you were going to say anyone didn't have a great game, I would say Kamara and White. I think the rest.
Yeah, I think White was probably the one who didn't really get into it. I think Kamara, you could probably allow the fact that he scored and assisted, but White just seemed a bit absent.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with White. They're just still yet to impress me.
Me too. I would have just gone Paul, if I'm honest with you. I like Sadie. I like him a lot. I think there's a lot more to come from him. I do think he's a little bit of a rough diamond, but like you say, I think Pompey fans will love him because he's full of energy. I think his positioning at times can be a little better, if I'm honest with you. And I think certainly in the first half an hour, he had a couple of moments where he had chances. He actually did get shots off, but I think he was a little bit hesitant. He was almost trying to be too perfect, whereas he could have hit him a little bit earlier. He allowed the defenders to close him down, but that is being uber critical, so I'm aware that I am, but I thought he was excellent. He's full of energy and passion, which is what we love, isn't it? We love a bit of that.
Yeah.
But 3 points, unbeaten, 12 points from 6, which is what I said should be our aim from the first 6 games of the season, which is great. Still the slow starts to games, which is worrying, I think, because against a really good side, I think we could have been 3-0 down at the weekend before we really start getting into the game. And we were kind of going to the game maybe on about, 35-ish minutes, I think. Probably.
Yeah, I think that's what you have to remember, isn't it? That although it's a win and it was a good win, it's still not perfect. It's still not. There's still a few cracks there that need to be filled.
There is work to be done. Yeah. But you take that, don't you? You know, not a great first half performance, but we still won fairly comfortably, so that's good. And we went down to 10, so that's brilliant.
Against a good team as well.
They were a good team.
Yeah, and don't forget they didn't have Justin Lee Collins or whatever he's called.
Jamie Lee Curtis. Is it Jamie Lee Curtis?
What is this? Johnson Clark Harris, is it? JCH, JCH as they call him.
He was too confused to play, wasn't he? He was too confused.
Yeah, so I think if he was there as well, that might have been extra concerned because the 3 guys, 3 attacking players for Peterborough were very good. I thought if he was there as well, might have been a bit more dangerous, a bit more clinical.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
so it was a good win. Yeah,
it was a good win. 3 points, up to 5th in the table, unbeaten, 12, only 1 point off the top, which is nice. Let's come to this then, who does replace Morrell at Derby? Here's a question, is Stevenson currently injured? Because he wasn't obviously even on the bench at the weekend, so...
Yeah, well, I was having a look. I don't know. I don't know whether it's because we've got such a large squad now. I don't know whether these players are actually injured or not. And then I forget to do a little bit of research afterwards because I've forgotten about them and they're out of the squad. Yes, that's what I thought that he would come in because I can't see Mousinho. I don't think he'll bring in Robertson and have Robertson and Sadie. I don't think he'll bring in Angerin. I think it's too much for him. It's too much. Can't have two attacking midfielders in there.
No.
With Pack, he'll definitely have someone similar to Morrell. And I thought maybe Stevenson would be my first thought, or maybe would he give Devlin a go?
It's a big game to throw him in for a first league start, isn't it? I think. I like Devlin, but I think it might just be a little bit early for him that game. I
think so.
He looks quite tenacious, and he's again bags of energy. But I think I would rather go Stevenson just because. And this is erring on the side of the side. I know we've spoken about let's be more or less cautious, but I think away at Derby, you have to have a certain air of caution going into the game, don't you? Because they are a good side. They've had an indifferent start to the season, but they are a good side still. And if you go a bit gun-ho, you could be in trouble early doors, couldn't you?
Yeah. The only other thing I thought would be, would he drop Sadie back? Because he's done that a couple of times when we've taken off. When Morrell went off at the weekend, Sadie dropped back, and then Robertson came on, didn't he? I don't know. I don't know whether he would. I don't know whether he'd start him in that role.
I think that was kind of needs must, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he did it against Exeter as well. But I don't think he'll stick another attacking midfielder in there. I don't think that's
I agree.
Too mental for Mousinho, isn't it?
So Andrew not deemed fit enough to play in that game. Should be fit for the next one. Probably start on the bench, I would imagine. I can't see him making too many changes, with the exception of the forced change. I would have thought maybe White. Maybe White for Lane.
White for Lane. Yeah. I would. Yeah. See, Lane's another one that I haven't been overly impressed with since he signed, but he seems to be very popular at Fratton Park. But I think if I had to choose the two. Out of the two, I'd choose Lane over White. He certainly looked up for it when he came on at the weekend. But they all looked up for it at the weekend. I'm just trying to think of what other midfield. I don't think he would.
You might go Sean Derry.
Sean Derry, Mick Kennedy,
no. Diarra, last Diarra, maybe.
I'm just trying to think whether he would pull across a defender, or
bonus for the defender
playing there, or if he changed his formation. But I can't. As we've said before, that's
not going to happen.
Highly unlikely to happen, isn't it?
It's not going to happen. It's not. Okay, well, we'll see. Maybe Stevenson, maybe Devlin. I would say probably the two most likely. But I think purely for the experience, I think probably Stevenson and the fact that he is more of a cautious player.
Sorry, hold on. We haven't even mentioned. Would he not just do Pack and Robertson and ask Robertson to do the non-attacking stuff?
Maybe.
And have Sadie still in the same position.
Maybe. Robertson
I wouldn't mind
fairly
seeing
disciplined in there for the last 15, wasn't he?
Yeah. Pack and Morrell, they work well together. Pack's the ball, the controller of the ball, isn't he? And Morrell is the ball winner. But it would be nice to see somebody with a little bit more creativity in there. But again,
carry it forward.
Maybe that's a bit mind-blowing. For
talking crazy talk.
Yeah.
Talking crazy shizzle. Okay, well, so we'll see. It's our decision there is we don't know. That's our conclusion. We don't know. There you go, people. You heard it here first. We don't know who will replace Morrell at Derby at the weekend, just in case you were wondering.
Yep.
We do not know. We'll keep you informed.
We don't know.
Somebody's been back out on the grass this week. A certain Mr. Curtis. A lot of calls for Curtis to be re-signed. I think mainly because the new wingers haven't really hit the ground running. I think that's the main reason why people are calling for him to be re-signed. A lot of people like Curtis. What do you think? Should he once fit, if he proves his fitness, should he be back in a Pompey shirt?
I think if he can prove his fitness, I don't see any reason why not. I don't think that there's anyone we've got in that position that we've bought over the summer that's looks better than him. So
we're yet to see it, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay. So you say yes?
Well, I say maybe. Well, he's got to prove his fitness, doesn't he? And his attitude was sort of off a little bit towards the end before he came back, just before he got injured again. But who knows? Maybe if we're flying high and he comes back with a good attitude, maybe it's not such a bad thing.
I quite like Curtis. When he's playing well, I like him a lot. I think it'll be a lot down to who else comes in for him. So I think he obviously has aspirations of flying higher than League One, doesn't he? But I think, I don't know, are there going to be many suitors for him? I know a couple of years ago there were obviously a few Championship sides. I don't think he's really done himself any favours since then to warrant a Championship move. So we'll see.
Yeah. I can't. Yeah, I don't think it'd be a Championship move for him. Not now.
No, certainly not as a pressing for the first team. He may well get us, some sort of squad / bench warming position. But would he want that? I suppose the pay would be more, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So
would he want that?
We shall see. We shall see. I think also how long's Scully out for? Do we know?
You could pause it and then we could do a bit of research and find out.
Do a bit of research and I'll just cut that bit out. Then I'll ask you again. How long? Do you know how long Scully's going to be out for then?
I just had a look. Unlimited. Unlimited.
Seamless. That's beautiful. Okay, well, so we don't know.
No, we don't know. But not a long injury. Not a long injury. Is that right?
No.
Not a long
time out.
Not a long time out injury.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So we'll see. Again, we'll see whether it's Curtis. I wouldn't be against Curtis coming back, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be against it at all.
No. So when you say he's been back out, how fit are we talking? Are we talking early days?
I think it's still early days.
And stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's the whole on the grass, which used to be Danny Cowley's favourite saying, wasn't he? Yeah. It's good to be back out on the grass, isn't it? Good to be back out on the grass, lads.
Yeah.
Nice to be on the grass. Yes. Okay, Danny. But yeah, I saw a little tweet from Curtis saying he's back out on the grass. There you go. Unless he meant he's back out.
He's back on the grass. Yeah.
Back on the grass. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows? We'll see about that. Okay, let's talk about. We've been talking about this for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, and we've never actually got around to it. So, match day routines. I actually asked people on Twitter what their match day routines are. Nobody came forward with anything. So, to get involved, tell us what you do. Do you go to the Shepherd's Crook? Do you go down the Rifle Club? Do you do what we do, which is pop to Tesco and get some gin and tonics and a meal deal, and then stand by a burger van and not buy any burgers.
Yeah. Trying not to drink too much because we don't want to end up weeing for the whole of the 90 minutes
in the loos. In the loos all the time. Do you go to the Victory Lounge? Do you go down into the fan zone? What do you do before the games? What's your new match day routine, Dan? Now that you're going with
others. It's quite exciting actually.
Is it?
Yeah, about 2:30, I open the front door and walk to the ground and get there about 10 to 3, 5 to 3, and then I just sit down.
You arrive at said ground, sit down.
I already started knowing the people around us.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah.
There is a fucking prick 2 rows in front, but he wasn't there the other day, which was good.
Okay. Did you miss him?
Absolute cock end, but so he wasn't there. So I'm hoping he's either been moved on or has died, but then unfortunately 5 rows back there's another one, and just fucking idiots, really are.
Well, can you give examples of their idiocy?
No.
Is it just
no? What are you doing? Why aren't you giving that? When there's a penalty, this is the linesman that's by us. So we're in the north stand. So we're halfway line to the right hand side of the halfway line, so nearer the frat end. And this is the linesman that's here, right in front of us. They're screaming at him for not giving a penalty in the first half to us in the Milton end. Come on, Lino, you must have seen that. Why aren't you telling the ref? Why aren't you telling the ref that that's a foul? Mate, what's up with you? And just so angry, just angry from the first whistle.
Angry, yeah, from the very first challenge.
Just calling our players the C word and stuff like that.
It's just like,
mate, what are you doing? If you hate it that much, if it winds you up that much, just don't come. Just don't come. And you can see, and people are going, oh, God, not him again.
Oh,
just think, if I sat next to him, I'd have to say something to him.
Yeah.
But I fear I will, next game, I will stand up and say, mate, what are you doing? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
I like those sort of characters though, who are so. It's a game of passion, Dan. Isn't it? It's a game of passion.
Yeah.
But I think I know what you mean. You've got to. You also got to have a little bit of reason at times, don't you?
Yeah.
Because why say?
Yeah.
Why continue about saying that's happened in the other half?
Yeah, and there's passion, and then there's just being angry before you've even sat down. It's just like you're on the edge. You're on the edge already.
We lag not so much. Pretty straightforward match day routine then. Straight into the ground, straight in. Bosh, sit yourself down. Game.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What's your match day routine?
Speak to all the people that say, oh, you do the podcast. Say, yeah, hello.
Hello,
hello, guys. How's Mike? I go, yeah, he's all right. And they go, oh, you're the funny one. And I go, yeah. Like, I keep up the podcast. Yeah.
You're the one we come to watch.
Keep up the podcast. I go, do you watch? They go, no.
Yeah, you're the one we come to watch, Dan. Don't let him do one on his own again. It's boring as shit.
Please don't go to Turkey again.
never go to Turkey, Dan. You should do your own spin-off.
Yeah,
go solo.
In fact, we'll pay you to do it.
Tony Hadley. Go for it.
Yeah.
All right. So next 5 games. What are we thinking? So I think we're nicely comfortably positioned at the moment. Derby obviously up next away, tricky one. Barnsley away again. Then Lincoln at home, Wigan away, Wycombe at home. Let's just look at the first two, and we do some quick predictions. Dan, do quick predictions. Derby away. What are we thinking?
Yeah,
it's a while away yet. 2 weeks nearly.
Well, I think if we're doing the first two, I think would we be happy? I think I'd even be happy with 2 points from those two games. 4, I'd be ecstatic, and 6, I'd probably just go mental, just start calling people names and stuff. I'm getting really angry that we've got 6 points.
Picking on the lines.
Yeah, 2 points, I think, from those.
Yeah, I'll be happy with 2, I think. Lincoln at home. Lincoln have started all right.
Yeah.
But we've got to be beating them, haven't we? If we want to go up, we've got to be beating Lincoln at home.
Yep. Yeah.
Simple as that. Yeah. Wigan away. Wigan again. Started well, tailed off a little bit.
Yeah.
A few games till then for Wigan to get their form back.
So, if we're talking another draw, which we wouldn't be disappointed with from the Wigan game, you're talking 6 points from 12, which isn't a great return. But then when you look at those 3 away games, I think that's not such a bad shout.
No, okay. And then home win against Wycombe. Notoriously not great against Wycombe, are we?
Yeah. I mean, anyone at home, I think we would have to expect 3 points. Yeah.
So we're looking at 3 away draws, 2 home wins, 9 points. 9 points from the next 5. That would put us on a quick bit of maths. 21 from 11. 21 from 11. That would keep us nicely placed, I think.
Yeah.
Well, so we're thinking we're going to be unbeaten still after 11.
No, but you asked. You asked
what you wanted.
Did you ask my prediction or what I would like?
Oh no.
I think if we come back from Derby, Barnsley, and Wigan without any defeats, I would be surprised. I think we would possibly lose one of those games, but hopefully not. Be a good benchmark. It's a good benchmark.
It would be a good benchmark, and I think it would be. I think it would kind of, for me, if we did come back from those 5 undefeated with a couple of home wins,
we're going up.
I would start to believe more in the Mourinho process. I think I would, I'd start to have more faith in that, because I'm still jury out. 1 win doesn't change massively, and especially the fact that we started very slow. I think there's a dynamic somewhere that isn't working, because we shouldn't start going so slow. You could just say the opposition come at us, but they don't come at us for like 15 games in a row, do they? We just start very slowly. So I don't know, but I'd take that. I'd take 9 from those 5 games.
Maybe they're not warming up properly.
Maybe.
Get a couple of rondos on the go.
What they want to do? Get the keeper in the goal.
Sides. Yeah,
get a couple of people crossing the ball in, taking it in turns to have headers, or just smacking it at the goalkeeper.
No, and it's completely wrong, Mike. They should stand. They should all line up on the halfway line behind each other. Pass the ball into the coach, who lays it off. You got to say left or right, that way, and then just have a shot. Smashing it as hard as you can.
And sometimes the coach would chip it up.
And you have to go and get
just
Then you have to go and get your ball.
You have to fish it out of the middle end.
Yeah. So maybe they should. Maybe that's where they're going wrong. They're not warming up properly.
All right. Sounds good. So we got it down. I don't know why. We haven't been called up for coaching.
Yeah, I know. Weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much it for us this week. Next week there is no game, but we will still have a pod. It'll probably be quite a short one, but hopefully what we will have next time out is our first round of POMP-MASTER. That's right, it's the quiz all about Portsmouth. It's 5 penalty shootout style head-to-head questions that will be put to you by me and Dan, and the winner will take the congratulations of everybody and be able to have bragging rights for the week and say that they are the POMP-MASTER of the week. Get involved. Please message us on Twitter, PompeyPod, at PompeyPod, that is, on Facebook, facebook.com/PompeyPod, or you can even message us on YouTube if you like, which is youtube.com/@PompeyPod. Give us a review, hit subscribe. I want to get to 100 subscribers by the end of this month. Help us get there, please.
100 what?
Subscribers. What did I say?
100 subscribers.
Them too.
How many we got?
We've got 26 now. So share the news.
Is the subscribe button right next to the dislike button? Because that might explain what's happened there.
What's going wrong?
Yeah.
All those people who keep pressing it. We're getting 100% dislikes. It's actually they're meant to be doing they're meant to be subscribing.
I thought they're trying to dislike it, but they're accidentally subscribing.
Oh, the 26 people, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair dues. Anyway, subscribe, like us on Spotify. We've got 2 5-star reviews so far on Spotify. Please add a 3rd, a 4th, a 5th, and a 6th. That'd be lovely. All right, that's about it for us. International weekends. So Pompey are in a position where they've got 3+ international call-ups. Joe Morrell's been called up, even though he's suspended. I don't get that one. Can't play, but he's been called up. He got sent off last time around, didn't he?
Of course he did, yeah. Well, what?
Very bizarre.
What? Why would you?
I don't know. Anyway, that's it from us. This has been the Pompey Pod. We're off. Bye.